Oh, you hardcore boxing fans out there, how you doing? We'll sit from Poker's Corner, biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dare say. It's freezing out there, isn't it? 6 in the morning. What's all that about? Imagine getting up at 4 in the morning and having to go down pit like my old man had to do in 60s and 70s, eh? He's robbing up coal mine, right? Thank God for YouTube, eh? I almost feel guilty getting up at this time in the morning and having a couple of hours getting me iron on the table. Feel guilty thinking about my old man there hacking into coal like some raving lunatic, freezing his nuts off in the 60s. Right? We don't know we've got it made, do we, this generation? I don't really know where to start this morning. I don't know where to start. I suppose we better start with pop pop bang. Pop pop bang's apology. I'm gonna play it now for a laugh. I like a good laugh in the morning, me. I love a good laugh in the morning. You can't beat it. I thought I sent it Julian actually, but I am. He don't like me sending it. Oh yeah. No reply. Here we go. Big John Fury's apology.
Pop, pop, property pop.
Hey, what is it? His 8th apology. Last 8 times he's been here. Every time the man leaves the house, he's having to go on Insta and apologise. I don't even know how to work it. Oh, look.
I've got a problem with you. And I'll take it to your face.
John Fury.
I can tell you now.
Who's interested in having kids? A nightmare, costs money. Right, and John Fury, they wait his 8th apology. Every time the man's let loose. Sorry, in public, he's embarrassing himself, isn't he? I don't know how many more times are we going to hear him come out and think, "Well, I'm uneducated." Look, you don't carry off like you do in fight week in your normal life. You carry off in fight week like that because you're paid to do a job, put bums on seats. Which brings me to the actual bums on seats. Now, I'm not going to say any numbers because I haven't seen any facts. All I've heard is gossip. And I've seen a couple of people's interviews and I've seen a couple of stories and articles about how many pay-per-view buys it did in America and the streaming numbers and stuff like that. It did very, 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 very poor, according to the people in the know. But what we need now, we need Bricktop, and we need the Bob Father. Yeah, one man in his 70s, one man in his 90s. We need them to come out and say, you know what, it didn't do so good. But they're not going to do that. No, no. What happens, you see, when you caught bang to rights, well, fucking what then? When you caught bang to rights, best thing you can do is go silent, isn't it? Go silent. Now, when you get caught, if you're a criminal, and you're caught out, you're in back of a, say, a stolen car or something, you're going to go now comment, aren't you? And you're going to wait and see what everybody else has said. You're going to wait for 70-day committal papers. And then after 70 days, you're going to prepare your statement for your Crown Court trial, aren't you? Because you've been committed to Crown. Well, that's just saying they had time, didn't they, to get their heads together. Just like going no comment in a police interview. You get your depositions and then you base your story around what's been said. But it's your right to go no comment. It's your right. I don't know why they hold it up against people in a court of law. I've known people who are innocent still go no comment because they just don't want to speak to them. It's your right. Now, John Fury, Tyson Fury, Bricktop and Bob Arum, they're not been charged with anything. They even won the fight. They won the fight. And they said if they win the fight, they're fighting December 23rd. Now all of a sudden they've won the fight. They're not fighting December 23rd. And the fight did pony numbers. Is Fury going to be sued by Saudis? Is Bob Arum and Bricktop, are they going to come out today? As Wilder would say, today, or is it to this day? Are they going to come out and are they going to say, the numbers are rhubarb and we're being sued? No, they're not. But we all know what was said in fight week, don't we? December 23rd. Anybody who's got a problem with that's a bedroom blogger. Isn't that right, Spencer Brown? Am I a bedroom blogger? Hey, am I a bedroom blogger, Spencer? Oh, we're not allowed an opinion. Hey, you said, and I quote, the fight is happening December the 23rd. People need to stop being jealous. Why is it whenever anybody questions anything with you lot, especially Tyson's team, Big John and all this shower around them, all these hanging around for crumbs, why is it when anybody questions anything, they're all bitter and jealous and green-eyed monster? It's just an easy saying, isn't it? It's an easy saying, but if you were on Skid Row, you wouldn't say that. So that means that anybody who starts doing a little bit better than normal, if anybody's ever so critical or anything, it's like, you know what, it's like, oh, green-eyed monster, green-eyed monster. No, it ain't the green-eyed monster. It ain't the green-eyed monster. We like to get to truth in boxing. We don't like to be lied to. Now, all of a sudden, you lot coming out with this.
It's a sign.
Your words! December the 23rd. Your words. Not mine. I said it wasn't going to happen. You lot said it did. Look what I said after. I said, oh, it's on. We're never going to have here again. It's on. The Fury won on points. He didn't have any broken bones. A little bruise in the middle of the forehead. And he's fighting 2 months later. Come on.
They were never going to fight December 23rd. The only reason they said that fight were happening is because they wanted to smooth it with fans for fighting an exhibition. They changed it to a proper boxing match.
And everybody thought, oh, he's fighting Usyk in 8 weeks. Spencer Brown said, you know, well, you've just seen it, haven't you? He ain't fighting December 23rd.
They were never going to fight. They wanted to get them extra few thousand pay-per-views out of you. That's what they like, small fry. And looking, judging by numbers, oh my God! You seriously think the Saudis are going to have them out there again when they're doing numbers like that?
Or
is it a curveball thrown by Roger Moore?
Hey, from his matchroom castle.
Is it a curveball?
So Saudis think, Furies don't do numbers. We're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see. But this is how I look at it. If they have to leave Saudi with the tail between the legs, we're going to have to fight at Wembley. It's not such a bad life, is it, really? When you're earning hundreds of millions, it's not such a bad life. But when you're greedy and you want to get every single penny and you're telling whoppers daily
and leading the boxing public up the garden path, Houston, we've got a problem.
I've got a problem with that. Me, Porky, Russ Hartley from Donny.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with Tyson Fury and his father parking up the heavyweight division.
Parked up. This parked up. Who's he fighting? He fought Wilder over 2 years ago. He ain't got a fight lined up. Who's he fought since then? Nobody. So I've just wasted over 2 years. He might not be in for 6 months. That's 2.5 years. What if it's some guy now next? That'll be 3 years before he fights somebody decent.
I mean, he's only been fighting for 15 years. And he must have had years and years in wilderness, fighting stiffs. Fury's got 4 wins out of 35 fights that are half all right, and you can pick holes in them if you want. But 2 wins against Wilder, a win over an old man in Vladimir in his 68th fight. You mind it in Germany, he had no choice to go there. Steve Cunningham, a life and death, had to go abroad to fight Cunningham, an old cruiserweight, because he didn't do a ticket. Life and death!
You've all been duped.
Dump and pump. Remember my video last Sunday, don't you, with Terry Chapanama? Dump and pump. I think it's on about 9,000 views.
Well, have a look at that video. It's a decent video, that.
Social media have blown Tyson up into this humongous guy. They can't even tell the truth. He's not 6'9".
He's not 6'9", and he's not a goat. Everybody bought into it because you get these big followings and you have your pictures took with all these mega A-list stars that get you sent at every opening of an envelope. You can soon build a platform in the sport of boxing. We welcome all sorts of strays. We welcome people back into boxing who are coming out on social media saying they're going to sexually review somebody's daughter who's an infant. You know, somebody who works in me. I will sexual review her later. What is all that about? Welcoming him back. So I've heard.
I doubt it, though.
A man 7 year out at ring. I doubt it, but it'd be interesting if he does come back with Cougs. Won't it? Filming ringside or Frotch as a pundit. That'd be good, wouldn't it? So don't talk to me about boxing, people. They welcome anybody into boxing. Anybody.
So 10,000 views or buys, is it? Is that what they've done in America? 52,000 or something. I've also heard 60,000 and 40, and other one 14,000, not 10. So we don't know what to believe. So it's no good throwing an exact number out because we haven't got a clue, have we? We're only going on hearsay. But I'd like to see Bricktop come out today, and I think he will. I don't think the Bob Father will. I mean, he's held together by paper mache, and Rizzlers. So they're not going to wheel out the Bob Father, but they'll wheel out Bricktop today, probably in an IFL Umar interview, or Danny Flexen. Danny Flexen loves it. Would love a Bricktop interview today. In fact, yeah, he would. Danny Flexen, he'd love it. He'd love to get his teeth into Bricktop today on seconds out. And no doubt Bricktop will be working the room today and tomorrow, trying to smooth that. Well, listen, if they'd have done 1 million buys, they'd have been screaming it on Monday morning, wouldn't they? They'd have been screaming it at the top of the mountain. But the silence is golden yet again, isn't it? Hey, the silence is golden, but, and nobody's making a big issue of this, is Fury going to get sued by the Saudis? I could put that up in big titles, big thumbnails and all that. I don't need to. We know who's listening now, we're happy. But will he get sued? I'd sue him. If I were a Saudi guy with all that down, he's messed me about. He's just won a fight and he agreed to fight December 23rd. Or did they agree, or did they just say that Saudi's in on it? Because there's that many vagabonds and liars in the sport of boxing. We don't know where we are, do we, half at time? You know what I mean? I don't know. So PBC, Al Heyman's lot. They've signed with Netflix, haven't they? So we've got Al Heyman with Netflix. Eddie were running around saying that Al Heyman might have to jump on DAZN. He's not jumping on DAZN. He's bagged Netflix, hasn't he, Big Al? A lot of people tried. Dennis tried. There's others. Other people have tried, but Al Heyman's pulled it off, so that's good, isn't it? So it looks like it's going to be a straight shootout, doesn't it, now, between Al Heyman and DAZN, isn't it? With Bricktop bringing up the rear with that TNT Sports thing, wherever it is. So it's a three-way shootout now, isn't it? Oh, it is what it is, but that's good news for boxing, that. Eddie will do an interview today saying, oh, brilliant, brilliant. We need competition and all that. I can assure you, Eddie will be sick as a dog this morning. That'll be his first lie. He's not going to tell you that. He'll say, brilliant competition and all that. Us and Heyman and all that, in it at the top table. Giving it all that, him and Spotty Frank, to that Spotty Parsons. But let me tell you this. Eddie will be sick as a dog this morning. I know I would be. If I thought I could have Al Heyman on the hook, hey, Al Heyman on the hook. Eddie thought he could do what he did to Dennis, didn't he? I want to say Anna Montana. Then it's I forgot her second name now. That girl who won a world title with Dennis and she lost it to Terry Harper. Or the Hannah girl, was it? Forgot her second name. It's that early in the morning, but. Eddie must have thought, oh, I'll get Heyman on hook here like I had Hobson. Oh, Dennis. I said, what are you working with him for, Dennis? You hate him. Oh, I speak to Spotty Frank. People working with people that they can't stand the sight of. Where's the pride anymore? No pride. No pride, is there? The guy over there's got a shop over there, right? It's near where Grapes used to be in Dalton. And he sold me some fags a bit ago. Yeah, going back a couple of years. And I goes, give us 20 fags, give me some Rizzlers. So he did. I went back in, I see these fags are snide. He went, no, they're not snide. So I went, all right, I carried on, but they weren't right. Anyway, some time later, somebody told me you got done. A snide fag selling them from a shop. So the point I want to make is, you always get found out, don't you? In end. You always get found out in end. And I think there's a lot of people at the moment getting found out in the sport of boxing. But this platform business at the moment, it's going to be interesting because Netflix and DAZN and TNT Sports. Ask Sky Sports at the races with them three. That's how bad it is for Sky at the moment. The flagships, not even in the top 3 TV platforms in the sport, and there's not that many platforms cover boxing. You know, this is what it is. Kell Brook is going to have a comeback. Well, if it were left to Flex, he would, wouldn't he? Flex will be wheeling on. What is Kell? He's 38-year-old. I don't know, but at that age, he's thought a bit old for a welterweight. He needs to stay out of the game, doesn't he? But if they wheel him back out, it'll only be so they can get a few quid out of the job because they've got no fighters up there. Are they even closing that gym up there? I'd be surprised if that gym is still open soon. Or maybe it might need somebody else to start running it properly. I don't know. Speaking of that gym, John Thaxton, he was trained up there, wasn't he? Does anybody know that when John Thaxton got banned for 9 months, he got done, did he, for EPO, performance enhancing drugs? Were he training up at the Ingle gym or were he training at Graham Everett's? Does anybody know the data? Because I've been looking this morning, I haven't been able to find the date that John Thaxton got done. And if you look at the date, you'll be able to go on Boxrec and you see who we were training and who we were fighting with. It'd be interesting that if that's one of Flex's, because that would be his 4th, wouldn't it? But I'm not sure. I'm not so sure, but it'd be very interesting to see if John Thaxton got busted on Flex's watch. But I'm not so sure if he did. Johnny Nelson with his MBE. Funny, actually, you should mention that. Somebody said something to me the other day about it. I were in a tailor's, and somebody mentioned it. And I said, oh, in Sheffield it was. And they spoke very highly of Johnny. And I said, he's done well to get an MBE, Johnny, hasn't he? I should have really said, what, for that Carl Thompson stopping? But Johnny ain't the referee, is he? It's not his fault, is it? It was probably the worst stoppage I've ever seen. We already spoke about Tyson Fury coming back. Is he 7 year out at ring? 28 fights. 2 knockouts out 28 fights. Proper Ingle style, that, isn't it? Elusive, aren't they, them Ingle fighters? I'd like to see Tyson Fury with Liam Cameron. Why don't they get at it? Liam's been out 5 years. Tyson Fury's been out nearly 7 years. Why don't they get at it I don't know, light heavyweight or something? That'd be a good fight, wouldn't it? Well, why not? Sheffield, isn't it? Against Nottingham. Why not? It's only, I don't really see them doing out in the boxing industry at the moment. So it'd be either that for both, wouldn't it? Or Misfits, wouldn't it? But I don't know. Why are we even getting this airtime? Chisora is hungry for money. Yeah, I've been seeing his interviews this morning. Chisora, he's well up for getting a few quid, isn't it? You could imagine doing scrap with him. It'd be a good grafter to jump into a scrap metal business with you. You'd be on road all day, wouldn't you, Chisora? He'd have you in stitches, wouldn't it, Chisora? You'd have a right laugh, wouldn't you? Could have come to divvying up at the end of the day and you wanted to take all pie. So one, get gone. Get back to the food banks. Do you know what I'm sick of seeing on TV at the moment? You know, I am sick to death of seeing. I'm sick to death of seeing Gary Neville. I'm sick of seeing Gary Neville on internet daily. He's everywhere, isn't he? Gary Neville and Eddie Hearn are dominated my internet in a day, and it's starting to do me head in. Every time I see Gary Neville is there giving his expert opinion. We all saw what Gary Neville were like as a footballer, didn't we? He was that workman right back, worst ever position to be in football after left back. He's that bloke that's not even in game. His job's to get ball to Beckham. That is it. We all saw him as a manager. Got him carrying off like he owns football. And Roy Keane's carrying off like that as well. But Roy Keane's a legend, isn't he? So we can't have a go at Roy Keane, can we? Well, I just want to say I'm just cheesed off. We're looking at Gary Neville's mug every single day when I turn my telly on. It's craziness, isn't it? It's craziness, but it is what it is. Can I just say my condolences? Can I pass my condolences on to a young kid who's not going to fight again?
think I did this the other day in a video, I can't remember. Conor Coggill, is he? Steffi Bull's fighter. I think that's awful what happened to him. It's unfortunate. Nobody's to blame. I wish him all the best. I wish him all the best. I thought he fought his heart out. I really did. He were really in the fight. At one point, I just think it's sad. So that'll be a lesson to people in boxing. I'm not saying he got beat because he was unfit, but this is why you should all try and stay fit. I'm not saying he weren't fit. I don't know anything like that, but it's a sport that's very, very dangerous. So try and stay switched on all the time. But it's not nice for his family, is it? He can't fight again, but he's alive. A bit like Spencer Oliver, he's alive, isn't he? Hopefully, Spencer Oliver might be able to get Conor Coggill a job at TalkSport, because we all know what happened when Spencer Juggies Oliver got injured. He was sending letters to Sky, wanted to Vic Wakeling and whatnot, and eventually he managed to get a position at Sky. So hopefully, if Conor's management team can send letters to TalkSport, Spencer Oliver might be able to wangle him a bit of a job at TalkSport, or get him on TalkSport. And because he's a fallen soldier, just like Spencer Oliver. No doubt Spencer Oliver will be in touch with Conor to give him some advice in his future. Because that's what I like. That's what boxing family's all about, isn't it?
Looking after your own.
Yeah, I know. I'm being sarcastic there. All right, that's about it, really. 7 o'clock in the morning. That's me all done. I think I might squeeze. Could squeeze another half an hour out. 5 frames out. See if I can beat me 13. Breaking off. What I do, I break off just to get going, just to get me touch right. It's awful. It's awful. And see how many shots I can pot lock down. I'm going down to 13 in 2 hours. You need a good break, don't you? I've had 11s and 10s before, but you need a good break. But I think I might have another couple of games. I'm going to take my kids to school. It's the birthday. My twins. So, all right. So peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. All right.
And stop being insecure, all you lot are watching. When the ice breaks, I'll be waiting. Pop, pop, bang. Well, peace out.